Got it. So
So we're having a sound issue in the frangipani. Is this unmuted?
No, it's not muted. That's okay.
coming through. Hi, Michael.
Hey, just hold on a second. Hold on.
No. I just want to make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, it's all on. This is definitely on.
Is it something over there?
You can hear the room. Dave, can you hear me talk?
Yeah, I hear you talk. There's just kind of a feedback of like an echo in your voice.
How's that?
It's a little better.
No,
I think it's worse.
big feedback. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get it to go without feedback. I'm not sure how to get this to not do that, Sally. I don't know what else to do. It's the mics are all correct and everything.
Jim, can you try it again?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No. No, there's no sound in our room. I'm so
No
sorry.
sound in the big room.
I don't know what else to do. It was working earlier, so I'm not sure what I need to change. You can say it to you and you can repeat it back with the mic, this, but I can't be getting it on.
Are they hearing you, Dave?
No, apparently they're not. I have a chat conversation going.
Oh,
So I think that they're just not hearing the Zoom participants right now. So please stand by.
Yeah, I don't know how else to do it. I mean.
Is the volume coming from one of these?
No, it's the sound's coming from here and here.
So you haven't been able to hear
Because
them.
it'll do feedback when you do it from here. So,
Because
Jim,
you can either use
what'd you say, Michael?
computer into the microphone if we
but
aren't getting
it'll do
audio.
the feedback though. As soon as I unmute this, it starts feedback.
Well, I think when it was doing the, like, I think when you changed the speaker, it was right, but then that was maybe unmuted. Was that what was happening?
Well, if I unmute this, I think you get
How about
feedback. Jim, can you talk?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay, hold on.
Talking.
Say talk now.
I am talking now. How does that sound?
No,
I can hear you loud and clear, Jim.
Still talking.
I don't know what else to do. Get it. I mean, it's on the right mic. It was working earlier on when I tested it. This is on. The room's on. Yeah, it's all on.
How about fellow Zoom Rotarians? You guys hear me here on Zoom? All right.
Yeah, Jim, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
It must be a Kawanian who's screwed things up.
It did. Yeah, and that's
And then,
it's supposed to be on mic. That's like for sure.
yeah, and then for speaker, if you,
That had like put it into major feedback loop.
okay.
I mean, I don't know it was working earlier on, so I'm not sure what else.
Okay, Rotarians, due to technical difficulties, I am so sorry that we won't be able to hear from Jim Sims today. Jim, I'm getting you a rain check for the earliest opportunity, okay? Apologies.
Apologies accepted. Thank you.
Jim accepts apologies, so of course he does. He's a valiant man. Thank you for today's reflection. I'm going to move to introduction of guests. Joining us on Zoom today is Sue Wright, past district governor and from Clarksville Rotary. Dave Meyer, do we have any other guests on Zoom?
I'm
Okay.
Susan. Okay.
Joining us in person today, we have 4 members of Rotaract. We have past president Megan Gearhart from 2021. Maren McClellan from 2019-20. She had to go, but we are so grateful for her leadership. And 2 of this year's leaders. The president of the 21-22 Rotaract is Lynn Dintron. Welcome. And her vice president, Molly Burhans. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule this first week of class. And let us know how we can help you in your efforts to build and grow the Rotaract and your commitment to service above self this coming year. Thrilled to have you. In addition, we've got several other guests. Lee Caulfield, welcome back. Your guest of Dick McKay, former Rotarian. And lastly, Rachel DiGregorio is a guest of Aaron Brewington. Welcome. You're welcome to come back at any time and join us. I want to thank our hardworking producer, Michael Sherman, who's been here since 10:30 a.m. Along with our Zoom manager, Dave Meyer, who's online, and our in-person greeter, Leslie Green. The roundabout reporter for this week is Glenda Murray. Also want to thank you to CATS, Community Access Television. You may notice for those of us here in the room, CATS is not here presently, but they are still recording us online and then sharing with everyone in the community, both online and on television. So thanks to Monroe Public Library and to CATS for that terrific public service. We have some birthdays. Bill Oates, are you here today? Because it's your birthday. Happy birthday to Bill. And then coming up on August 28th, Kevin Hopper Knutstrom. And on August 30th, a double birthday day, State Senator Shelley Yoder and Judge Michael Hoff. And another special celebration that I'd like to note is that John Diltz and his wife have just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. Congrats to them.
Wow. Yeah.
We have a couple of member anniversaries this week. Katie Beck, 3 years. I know you're here, Katie. I'm glad you made your anniversary. And our own reader and past president, Leslie Green, 20 years. Woo. We have a message. I have a message that I'd like to share from our district governor, Kirk Bushey, who will be our speaker next week. As Rotarians, when we hear there's a disaster happening in the world, we want to know how we can help. With the continuing devastation in Haiti, there are several immediate ways that we can be of help. The first is directly through the Rotary Foundation, which supports disaster relief and recovery efforts through grants from the Rotary Disaster Response Fund. And another is through Shelterbox. We'll provide links to both of these charities in the roundabout this week, and I hope that you'll join me in digging deep and helping. In happier news, the Rotary Book Club has selected its first book, and it's called The Ku Klux Klan in Indiana by local historian and author James Madison. All are welcome to join. For those of you who have signed up so far, Natalie actually has the whole library kit with her today, 10 books. And if you'd like to check out your book right after the meeting, Natalie will check it out for you. We're planning to meet sometime in October. Lauren Snyder and I will be coming up with the best date. It looks like it's going to be a weeknight evening based on the votes of everyone who participated. So if you'd rather purchase the book, then head on down to a local bookstore, either the Book Corner or Morgenstern's. That's it from me. Without further ado, I'd like to invite Connie Shakalis to come forth along with her guest. As a reminder, if there's time for a Q&A today, if you're here in the house, please raise your hand and wait for the mic. And for those of you on Zoom, I'll ask Dave Meyer to collect any questions that you might have, and hopefully we'll figure out how to get to them. Okay, Connie, come right over.
Thank you, President Sally. Learning to write, sing, and record original material, which his students' works must be, has got to be vitalizing when your coach's mottos are allergic to lazy, always be on purpose, and who describes himself as serious about being hilarious. Following are some of the elements that make up this 20-year-old creative arts organization, Get Healthy Productions: youth and community, cultural diversity, celebration of our differences, volunteering and service. My goodness, he lives by Rotary principles. A rapper, he disdains the genre gangster rap because its concentration on violence, he worries, can attach to a listener's psyche. As an inventor and originator, also, he is known globally for his hair designs, Beads by PDVINCH, glasses frames, and fashion sense. Some may take umbrage at his all caps branding style, but my fellow Rotarians, as you are soon to see, here is an all caps personality. In Ellettsville in 5th grade, he sold the most candy, winning him a boombox. That day, a booming career popped out of the box. Welcome, PDVINCH.
Wow, thank you for that wonderful introduction, Sister Connie. After that, I can almost just say thank you and have a seat. However, I'm honored to be here. And once again, I am PDVINCH. Who am I? Who am I? All right, thank you. Poetry is therapy. B-Town Rotary Club. Using the Rotary dial, calling out to the representatives of District 6, 5, 8, 0. A virtual what's up to everybody in the club, from the north side to those opposite the setting of the sun rising, to all of those wallflowers observing on the horizon. A salute to our host, Sister Sally, Sister Connie, and to our president, Sister Sally. Salutes to all of the officers and board members, the wood, glue, the timber that make up the ark carrying a portion of the burden of humanity. Now, this is not meant for mere flattery. This is only to illustrate and highlight in bright pink flare the status of who you be. For B-Town, I wrote a reanimation version. I know your traditional colors are royal blue and gold. The two of these three hues of majesty, purple being the third, which is my personal first choice. All right, anyways, back to the tapestry. The wheel in the middle of the wheel. The swift movement in the maritime piece being wound like the inner workings of a rollie. The captain maneuvering the ship toward its destiny, navigating international waters, having a vision for others. The current flowing under where overseas, spinning with purpose, as it were, straw into bullion like stiltskin. The hole in the center, Now it's the key's turn that releases the gears, locking into gears to generate forward movement. A group working as a unit, producing the fruit born where we persevere. The links that connect us and protect and serve our communities. The strip tease is viewing the selfless. The Samaritan in the streets giving the shirt off of his or her back to the clothed, the naked person in their time of need. The sacrifice of one's life is the greatest gift to provide without recompense. The reward is the consequence of your actions. The satisfaction is that your faction was not fractured, yet manufactured homes for the homeless, the backbone for the skeletons, scully, oh, sisters and brothers united to accomplish this. This is what to engage meant. From the projects to the toast, here's to you. For 3 years ago, you turned 100 years old. Through the function of fellowship of the ring, I mean, a circle of diversity, a dedication to a mission that impacts lives in a positive manner, to raise the standards high, and with this title, wave the banner by commanding change via participation. For your focus areas are 7, in which I will state verbatim: water sanitation, economic and community development, maternal and child health, supporting the basic education and literacy, disease prevention and treatment, peace and conflict prevention, resolution. Prophetically and corporately, I embody these. These are what I bared, or rather bear and still bore from the old banks of my memory. From Wordsmithville, I sent communications instilled in my personal principles and cultural foundations. My batteries are charged by inspiring inspiration. NAACP. If Lady Liberty were in a wheelchair, I would push to will her mission, the wonder of collabs. I stand with you in these endeavors and before you forever. On this Tuesday, on the 24th day of the month of August in the year of 2021 at 12:35 p.m., I submit that I am humbled and honored to be offered this opportunity to present my presence unwrapped in your midst on this celebration of service program at the Indiana Memorial Union Frangipani Room. And those who are on Zoom, zoomed in, watching, once again, I am a fellow Bloomingtonian, and PDVINCH is who I am. Thank you. Thank you very much. And so before we go to the next piece, we'll just have a brief opportunity where you can share a comment. Basically, you can say a title, something that stuck out to you, or something that you didn't know. So I'll just start at this first table here. What was something that you liked or stuck out to you? Yes, yes.
I love you calling out the colors, and I like that purple shirt color.
Yes.
I like that you have your colors.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And just go around the room quickly, around the table quickly. That way each person can have something to say.
So the Zoom people can hear?
Yes.
Zoom.
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you, Sister Sally.
Somebody on the Zoom says Ellisville native.
Yes.
Smithville reference.
Yes, all right.
out to me was the reference to like building homes in the backbone. Like that reference.
Praise him. Thank you. Thank you. And what you may do is just raise your hand so that they can identify you quickly, and we'll move on to our next piece, please.
I had no idea what PDVINCH was going to talk about today. It's so wonderful that, they always say know your audience. Boy, did he know us.
It makes that kind of rule too.
Praise him. Thank you.
Connecting the rotary wheel to the watch clock.
Yes, thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate those. And so we'll have a second opportunity for those that are saving their comments for the next piece that'll be coming up for you next.
Go ahead.
8-6. How did I arrive at the apex of my life to reach a pinnacle where I live what I write with no pen, and now quote from the spiritual hymnal? And the message connects to you without a traditional signal, like Wi-Fi above subliminal. You're about to see the original. No carbon copy, no CC. In the beginning, I was PDVINCH. So I've been him since BC. This is the origin story of the OG. Age 5. Close your eyes. Visualize how these lines connect like 5G. After preschool, before kindergarten, word to Mother Eve, tending the garden, almost taken for granted in the earth. The seed planted in an African pot called black. The plot was planned, the stage was set, the scene serene. Low rent apartments, red brick, laundry mat, mom's washing loads of laundry. Me and my younger bro playing Galaga and Centipede. Mrs. Pac-Man chasing the ghost, quarters feeding the machine, gluttony, unsatisfactory, arcade, joystick released. Then we exited, went outside, Midwest, late night, 10 p.m. below the streetlight. What happens in the dark afterglow? Unbeknownst to him, a star will begin to shine. The cast, neighborhood kids, casted in shadows and silhouettes. I was a toddler. She was a teenager, chronologically older than me, so it made sense that I would model her. It was odd. We had never met, yet our directions were similar. So I followed her. She was in many ways the opposite of me. A white girl with blonde hair. Our culture spared by the flare at our cores. That means despite the skin tint being different, we were identified together as one. You may have to do a few double takes to simply observe through single vision. Okay, let me clarify. No bifocals needed. Color, blind, fold, worn. Now you get the clue. A peek underneath at one of the reasons why I wear rainbows pre-LGBTQ. More or less, the moral of the story is where we came from was irrelevant because we shared the same destiny. The universe outsmarting dumb, so no randomness. As you forsake taking tips and cues from curiosity, pay attention. You've witnessed purpose since my first quarter of play. No coincidences, as if address in our GPS had been entered with coordinating coordinates. Some divine force had pressed the longs and lats to place us on this purposeful path. I only said that fact to show that what she looked like had no bearing. So we were not carrying the burden and not caring about people that don't care. She cared for me. Her name remains anonymous, yet I know it's not Karen. A rarity of anomalies was presenting itself in the present. My gift was being unwrapped. God was giving the present. I was born again. My spirit came to life that night. The UV rays from my soul were so bright, lighting up my pigments, activating my melanin, blooming tons. He rose becomes Eve villains. The eclipse was my mortal nemesis. Purpose was being birthed and curiosity could not stop staring. It's like she saw the potential in me igniting, like a future solar flare to show the audience the inspiration of PDVINCH. Initially, I is him. The development of my metamorphosis is seen in the elevator as I'm changed into plethora S-man from Clark Kent. I just sat and sent the stage instructions to myself. Dramatic cape flip. Now, back to the action. Whether on Zoom or sitting next to the elephants in the room, you are actually participating in history while I'm telling this story. Do you like rap? I said, what's rap? She said, it's what Black people listen to. It's cool. Do you know how to rap? No. How does it go? Well, it's where you rhyme words with music. Do you want to learn how to freestyle rap? Yes. How do you do it? Well, you can say anything. Okay, what's your name? P. Okay, you could say, my name is P and I like to rap. It's as simple as that. I said to myself, I hope I could do that. I said, whoa, I was so blown away. She just used my name and made it snap. She said, now, say that. Then I said, my name is P and I like to rap. I did it. I spat my first freestyle rap. Inspired to connect this quest, I said, what do I do next? She said, just keep adding to it. Okay, I can do that. So I said, my name is P and I like to rap. I don't need a beat, just start to clap. When I said that, it was a wrap, literally. Then she was blown away and gave me that physically. This is what to encourage meant. She believed in me. Big sis instilled courage in the kid. The earth nervous made the hand shake, Vulcan pose opposite the middle finger. Hip hop was pops. It raised me since a baby in the 80s. So it goes without saying, I'm forever a fan of the culture. I ban cancel culture, barriers broken, chalk out lines in living color, tie-dyeing overdoses. She passed the baton. The essence from our past forwarded. It lifted me as I hurdled child challenges. It was within the invisible pen that you would see the stigmatas on my palms, proof viewed as index calluses, charged and fueled by Black power. Voice of one crying in the wilderness, so the streets feel him. Project stories I repeat with intent, speech with no limit to the sky, scraper, leaping buildings, acapella, illa, no mic, check, unplugged, Jackson Pollock, Thriller. I'm at a new height of my career. It's weird how I'm high while being sober. I rose from the crack and persevered. Shadows casted on my silhouette appeared in stereotype in my black box recording flights. I was spreading red ink on the cassettes. Pardon me, let me rewind that. I was spitting liquid lyrics in the spirit through metaphorical red tape. Emotional blues. The peasant was him, now he be king. Ex-slave to the matrix, mixed and mastered the basics, medium basis, low bias from high bias. Detox the ticks, my time travel is beyond the sky's the limits. I was spoken out of the infinite, so my sensitivity is numb to the fear of heights. I sowed at the bottom. Now I'm reaping up here, where the grim reaper can't reach me, even on his tippy toes. I slipped through his fingertips. Since I played tag with Casper, I know the sensation of death's grip around my feet. The depth of how deep is about 6. Even though I'm 6'6", the catch 22 gets flipped to positive. So I still have the feeling of being measured on paper as 8'6". Thank you.
Any questions from the Zoom crowd? Please type them in the chat and Michael Shermis will pick them up.
We have the microphone for the comments after, brother. Yes. Thank you. Okay, just raise your hand quickly, just for the comment if you would like to at this time, please.
For the past year, and we're still in summertime, this community has been roiled by trying to do something to improve its race relations within the community. And I just wonder what advice you would have for us. In every group I go to, church group are saying, what can we do to improve our racial reconciliation understanding? You can give it to me in rap or regular speech.
Gotcha. Okay, and brother, thank you for that question. At this time, due to our time in the program, if we could just do the comments, and then after the program, I'll be open to questions, and I'll follow up with you on that. So if we can just do comments.
Breaking down barriers, or using art to break down barriers. I thought it was a very powerful metaphor there.
Praise him. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I do one from Zoom?
Yes.
This is from Jim Sims. I enjoyed hearing how, again, how PDVINCH turns his life experiences and learned into spoken word for the edification of many. I've known him for about 30 years and impressed with his growth. Love you, younger brother.
Praise him. Thank you, brother Jim. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that it was really special to hear you sort of honor the seed of encouragement and inspiration that you received from someone else. And it's a good reminder that often it only takes one question or one small push or one person believing that you might have something in you to allow you to believe that in yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you. Excellent comment. Thank you.
I don't know if it was intentional, but I do a lot of connections between your first part and your talk of encouragement and the involvement in Rotary and how that was kind of your Rotary moment in your personal life. I mean, it wasn't Rotary, but it was still that person who encouraged you and taught you to do something and allowed you to want to do that for other people.
Absolutely.
And I also want to make a comment, I'm jealous of the size of your pockets.
Oh, say that last part again.
I'm jealous of the size of your pockets.
Oh my God. Thank you.
I just want to thank you very much. You paint such a beautiful tapestry visually with your words, and it's just a constant process. And it is both amazing and at times overwhelming to take it all in. And it is just an awesome gift that you've given us.
All right, praise. Thank you. Thank you.
And another one from Zoom. Any information you might have about the Hip Hop Smithsonian Museum?
And again, we'll address questions at the back end. So if we need to type those out and forward them to the submitters, we can do that. Okay, one last comment. Yes.
I just wanted to say that I really appreciate the tapestry. It's just beautiful work. And I particularly love the video game references. Related to that. There's so much to relate to that you need. So thank you. Thank you.
Praise him. Thank you. Thank you all for your wonderful comments. Thank you.
Brother P.
Yeah.
Brother P. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a real honor. As Aaron Brewington said earlier, we look to artists to make us think, to sometimes get us a little uncomfortable, and to take us out of ourselves and inspire us. Thank you for doing that today.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
For the opportunity.
And for those of you who might have questions afterwards for PDVINCH, he'll be here. And for those of you on Zoom who have questions, he's offered to look at your questions. And so I'll ask Michael or Dave to please keep them together, and then we'll send them to PDVINCH following the meeting, and I bet you he'll respond. So thank you again. Next week, we always have something a little different here at Rotary. And next week is our district governor, Kirk Bushey, who will be speaking about his year as our DG. We always stand in the room when he presents himself. So I'm sure that we're not that much out of shape, but we'll remember to do that next week. So that's it for this week. And so please join me in closing with the 4-way test +1. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And fifth, is it fun?